Come join me on this swing, friend.
Hang on. Okay. G'day, guys. Jacob and I, we have some big news for you. Jacob is pregnant.
I am pregnant.
We are going to be rebranding Matt Brand Cars.
Whoa, just drop it like that.
Drop it like that.
Should we drop the mic now and walk away?
Yeah, that's it. Now, I think you guys know I don't script anything, but this is so important that I don't want to, frankly, it up. Before I explain, the reasons for changing and name change and blah, 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 what I want you guys to know is that we will be doing our first ever live stream. I'm going to put a pinned comment below. And in that session, we're just going to be talking through, candidly, why we're changing the name, things like that. So if you guys have any burning questions on where the channel's going in the future, things like that, you'll have that opportunity to speak to us. Not entirely sure when we're going to do it because, as you'll see, a bit of this is up in the air, but it's going to happen. So that's pretty cool. So keep an eye out for that. So I think one is, what is the new name? That's probably the biggest question on people's minds. The issue is, I can't actually tell you. Not yet, but you're going to find out really, really soon. The biggest issue is that we actually have to secure the name across a bunch of different platforms. So there isn't like a reserving system. I don't want to start changing the name because if I change it on one, then other people, I don't know. It gets very complicated. So you will see it. It'll happen sometime in November. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It's in progress.
It's in progress. When you see the name though, because we have landed on a name, I want you guys to know that it's not just some like lifeless name. And there are some really, really good reasons for us changing it, but it actually has meaning, it has substance, and there is thought behind it. I want you guys to know it's a name that reflects Matt Brand Cars and the wild journey we've been on over the past few years. This isn't our dog, by the way, but you're more than welcome to be here, mate. His name's Teddy.
So we're going to change your name too.
I'm not going to lie, this has been a really scary move. To date, I have spent a grand total of about $10,000 on this rebrand. Most of that went to the website domain. Who knew that they were so expensive? Teddy, no. Stop it. Most of that went to the domain name and securing that. $6,000 that cost me. Yeah, pretty huge. And so this has been a really scary experience. So I'm hoping that the community is going to rally behind us and support this because it's not going to change anything, right? Our content isn't going to change, but what it will enable, well, we'll just get into that. So why are we rebranding? Well, there's a few major reasons. The first one is I don't want this to be about me. One of the biggest questions I get going to these like car events and car launches is, so what's the future of Matt Brand Cars? And I'm like, it'd be cool to bring on some new presenters. It'd be cool to like expand on the types of content that we're making, not just do the new car reviews. And people are like, well, how are you going to do that when your name's in it? And that's a fair point. That's a very fair point. If I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I want this to continue. There's no reason that it shouldn't. Jacob could continue with it. It could continue with other presenters as well. I'm kind of envisioning it to be like almost Linus Tech Tips style, where there's a bunch of different little sub-brands and we could just make the coolest content on shit that we like.
Yeah, but in our unique style.
In our unique style.
Why the name and the brand change is going to reflect that.
Correct. Again, we're not changing, right? We're going to be doing the same stuff. But hopefully this means that we can actually do more stuff as well. Mm-hmm. And you'll see that when we do change the name.
We will be wearing a suit though from now on.
Oh yeah, and a top hat.
Yeah.
Monocle as part of the dress requirements.
Yes.
Jacob wants to keep doing this job. Reason number two is that we kind of have to play the SEO game. So what you're going to see is that there's going to be keywords within the name. Again, it still has meaning, and I've been very deliberate, and we've spent literally months thinking about this and brainstorming, but SEO is a big part of the game. You guys are going to see it's going to reflect in the name as well. We want to keep growing, and we want to keep growing sustainably, but also quickly, right? That's the ultimate goal. And I want you guys to know that even though, yes, we are changing the name, again, reiterating here, it's not going to change how, we give cars the sauce. We're still going to floor the shit out of these cars and have a great time, but also be informative and be real with you as well. That's a big part of our channel.
And hopefully grow our audience as well, so we can speak to more people who enjoy this kind of review.
Correct. It's going to be really weird when I chop it up and we're just swinging. But again, that's part of the channel, right? We're just dumb. And so I guess the big question is, well, what's next? Look, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit anxious about this whole change. There's
There's always a risk
There's
to
a risk.
it. Yeah.
There's a risk of you guys being like, well, what happened to Matt Brand Cars? That's what we love. But again, I think we've put in the time, we've done our planning, we've been really careful about this and toyed up the options. And we just, like, I know you guys are going to love it. And it's not going to impact you or the content that we make. Instead, you're going to get a name that really reflects who we are. And I think that's cool. And a new branding. I don't know. It's exciting. I think now is the time to do it because we're growing pretty quickly. And, you know, once we're at 100,000 subscribers, you know, that could be a lot more difficult to change the name.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot more risk associated with that. So, yeah, I know you guys are going to love it. And again, if you have questions or concerns, you can raise it with us when we're doing our live.
Yeah.
Which is
And the
pretty cool.
thumbnails are still going to be the same. The titles are probably going to be even worse than they are at the moment.
Even more clickbaity. Yeah. So keep an eye out. You will see the name change, and we're also going to be launching a channel intro on the day that we change our name. So yeah, you'll know when it happens. Just keep an eye out. But you'll still see my beautiful, sensual face in the thumbnail.
It's very nice and round.
Very nice. Yeah. Getting rounder as the years go on, it seems. Anyway, thank you guys very much for your ongoing support, and we'll catch you in the next video, whatever it is.
Yeah, maybe it's this one.
Fist me hard. Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.